Imagine stepping into a stone chamber sealed for thousands of years and finding the walls illuminated by the crackling blue energy of a high-voltage arc. Our standard historical narrative places the mastery of electricity in the 18th and 19th centuries, attributing the light in our homes to modern pioneers like Thomas Edison. Yet scattered throughout the ancient world, archaeologists have uncovered physical objects and complex texts that suggest this timeline is incomplete. These findings point to a challenging premise that we are not the first civilization to harness the power of the electron. By examining these artifacts as engineering solutions rather than cultural curiosities, we can begin to reconstruct the technical capabilities of a world that supposedly didn't have them. In 1938, a team in Iraq discovered a 6-inch clay jar that initially seemed like a standard storage vessel until researchers looked inside. The components of the jar are arranged in a specific functional order. A copper cylinder surrounds a central iron rod, with the two metals kept separate by an asphalt stopper, a configuration mirroring a modern galvanic cell. Introducing a common acidic liquid like vinegar or grape juice completes the circuit. This triggers a chemical reaction that forces electrons to flow from the copper to the iron, producing a continuous electrical current. Modern recreations of this jar have proven the design is functional, producing a measurable voltage when filled with the same materials available 2,000 years ago. Generating a baseline current is the first step in electrical engineering. Once that threshold is crossed, the next logical stage is the development of specific tools to use that power. In Egypt, the Hathor temple presents a physical anomaly. The ceilings are pristine. Torches or oil lamps would have left layers of soot in these airtight crypts, but there is no carbon residue on these brightly painted surfaces. The bas-reliefs found at Dendera depict an elongated, bulbous object, suggesting a technical application for light. Inside, a snake-like form zigzags, visually identical to the glowing plasma filament found in modern vacuum tube lighting. The device is supported by a segmented JED pillar. Its ridge design corresponds to the physical requirements of a modern high-voltage insulator, which prevents energy from leaking into the ground. Placing the Dendera schematic alongside a vintage incandescent bulb highlights the similarities in their construction, an isolated filament held within a protective casing. If these carvings represent a functional lighting system, they suggest a civilization moving toward active control over energy, a capability shifting from utility into defense. When analyzed as a machine, the Ark of the Covenant reveals a sophisticated design. A wooden chest plated with gold inside and out creates the architecture of a high-voltage capacitor, a device built to store and release electrical energy. This capacity for storing a massive charge provides a physical framework for the Ark's reported effects, such as the sudden high-energy displacement of water during the crossing of the Jordan River. This engineering focus extends to the Siege of Jericho. These excavated trenches show the immense scale of the stone walls, fortifications that collapsed without the impact of conventional siege engines. The specific tactics of the siege, marching and horn blasts, leverage the principles of acoustic resonance. By subjecting stone to vibrations at its natural resonant frequency, the material begins to fracture. In this context, the arc functions as a vibrational amplifier, concentrating sound into a mechanical force capable of reducing a fortified wall to dust. These ancient accounts describe phenomena that align with the physical footprint of electromagnetic and acoustic technology. The audit of these sites suggests that a functional understanding of electrical current, plasma lighting, and mechanical resonance was already in place thousands of years ago. Early civilizations appear to have mastered the laws of physics, utilizing energy in ways that modern eyes often misinterpret as mystical or supernatural events. Human history appears to be a repeating cycle of innovation. We are currently uncovering the remnants of an electrified civilization that thrived long before the modern era. Progress is a circle.